Raw power is initialized. The monolithic chassis is violently fused to the Titan's spine, creating an unbreakable mechanical core. Extreme precision is applied. Automated laser welders create the catastrophic V-shaped defense, engineered to deflect subterranean explosive energy.
Invincible armor is forged. Layers of advanced composite DU plating are violently fused to the cockpit, creating an impenetrable warfighter sanctuary.
The heart is transplanted. A colossal 12-liter gas turbine core is lowered into the armored fortress.
The digital spine is wired. Master tacticians connect thousands of high-speed nodes, engineering dynamic battlefield dominance. A lethal barrier is locked. Ballistic glass fortress windows, engineered to shatter projectile inertia, are secured within armored frames. Aggressive mobility. Monolithic run-flat claws are violently torqued to the massive hubs, prepared to conquer catastrophic terrain.
Activation complete.
An auto-cannon array is violently locked in place with
Activation complete. The APC, now weaponized with radar and missile dominance, awakens in absolute operational silence. The thermodynamic core violently ignites. A catastrophic Caterpillar diesel engine screams to life, ready to propel the 20-ton fortress.
Catastrophic articulation. The independent 8x8 spine flexes and absorbs impossible geometric punishment, engineering absolute traction.
Breaching the abyss. The amphibious predator violently plunges into deep trenches, its sealed core surviving catastrophic environmental flooding.
Inside the ballistic sanctuary, the warfighter commands 20 tons of uncompromising momentum, guided by glowing digital telemetry.
The digital sniper awakens. The automated remote weapon station violently snaps to elevation, aiming pure kinetic devastation from within the armor. Absolute thermodynamic annihilation. The 30mm autocannon violently erupts, shredding hostile architecture with explosive armor-piercing rounds.
Unleashing the lethal payload! The catastrophic rear ramp violently breaches, deploying the then...
Rapid kinetic deployment. The 20-ton fortress violently tears across the asphalt, engineered for unmatched operational velocity.
Total environmental lockdown. High-pressure seals violently inflate, forging an uncompromising sanctuary against nuclear, biological, and chemical...
The armored tip of the spear. The 8x8 Leviathan dominates the urban abyss, protecting the squad. Unbreakable, unstoppable.
When the line breaks and blood is spilled, the armored savior breaches the kill zone. The Stryker medical evacuation Leviathan violently arrives.
The gateway to salvation. The catastrophic rear ramp violently breaches, opening an uncompromising...
Extracting the fallen. Under a hail of kinetic devastation, human muscle violently drags the wounded into the impenetrable steel fortress. Automated trauma logistics. Heavy-duty hydraulic lifts violently hoist the casualties, maximizing the life-saving geometry of the armored belly.
Trauma surgery at 60 miles per hour. The warfighter's pulse is violently stabilized inside a 20-ton mobile intensive care unit.
Escaping the abyss. All 8 massive claws violently tear the earth, dragging the wounded away from the uncompromising barrage.
Erecting massive veins into the sky to dominate the...
Inside the digital nerve center, master tacticians violently punch in the coordinates of doom, orchestrating absolute, uncompromising artillery devastation.
The tank hunter awakens. The anti-tank Leviathan violently its twin TOW missile pods.
The undisputed family of armored dominance. The 8x8 Titans roll forward, protecting the blood, commanding the
Bunker Buster arrives. The Stryker mobile gun system brings absolute, uncompromising tank-killing firepower to the claustrophobic urban grid.
The low-profile predator. The automated turret violently snaps onto the threat trajectory, aiming pure kinetic devastation with microscopic precision.
Automated thermodynamic feeding. The robotic carousel violently rams a catastrophic high-explosive payload directly into the firing chamber.
Laser acquisition.
The fire control matrix calculates the geometry of doom, forging an inescapable thermodynamic kill chain against the fortified stronghold.
Absorbing the violence, the heavy-duty 8x8 spine violently compresses, engineered to swallow the catastrophic recoil of a main battle tank.
The bunker is violently erased from the geopolitical map, purchasing the spent brass. violently ejects the scorching casing, instantly preparing to deliver the next Connect judgment.
Shoot and scoot. The urban predator unleashes hell and violently escapes the counterfire, an unstoppable force of highly mobile devastation.
The obstacle is obliterated. The mobile gun system dominates the ground truth, protecting the infantry. Unbreakable.
The old claws are stripped. To survive the modern peer-to-peer battlefield, the Leviathan requires a catastrophic lethality upgrade. The Dragoon is born. A massive, unmelled 30mm turret is violently mated to the hull, forging an uncompromising armor killer. Wiring the digital predator. High-speed fiber optics connect the warfighter's interface directly to the catastrophic 30mm payload. The dual-feed artery is loaded. Thousands of 30mm kinetic penetrators are fed into the beast, prepared to shred hostile armor. Lethal digital acquisition. The warfighter commands the unmanned turret from the absolute safety of the armored belly. The Apex Predator acquires the target. The 30mm cannon violently snaps onto the threat trajectory with terrifying microsecond aggression. Absolute thermodynamic annihilation. The 30mm autocannon violently erupts, delivering a catastrophic barrage of kinetic devastation. Armor is rendered obsolete. The dense kinetic spears violently force their way through solid steel, turning enemy fortresses into shrapnel. A violent storm of spent brass. The automated Leviathan purges the scorching casings as it continues its uncompromising kinetic assault. The ultimate infantry carrier. Upgraded. Unbreakable. The Stryker Dragon dominates the mechanized battlefield. When the sky falls, the Leviathan aims upward. A monolithic air defense platform is violently mated to the 8x8 chassis.
The digital eyes open. 4 multi-mission radar panels violently snap online, locking onto the microscopic, uncompromising threats above.
Lethal altitude is armed. A 4-pack of heat-seeking Stinger missiles is violently locked onto the air defense fortress.
Microcell thermal acquisition. The warfighter commands the digital hunter, authorized for absolute, uncompromising kinetic violence against the drone swarm.
The kinetic spear points to the sky. The 30mm chain gun violently snaps onto the threat trajectory with terrifying, microsecond aggression.
Anti-air annihilation.
A violent storm of molten tungsten. The proximity rounds violently detonate, decapitating the incoming drone swarm into microscopic shrapnel.
Heat-seeking doom is unleashed. The Stinger missile violently breaches the tube, a supersonic kinetic predator hunting the hostile exhaust. The air threat is eradicated. The Leviathan purges the spent brass as the hostile aircraft is violently erased from the sky. The ultimate anti-air shield. The mobile short-range air defense system secures the heavens. The future of warfare descends. A monolithic 50-kilowatt directed energy weapon is violently mated to the 8x8 spine, storing catastrophic energy. Massive high-voltage capacitors are rammed into the hull, engineering an infinite magazine of pure thermodynamic light. Microscopic thermal acquisition. The digital eyes scan the abyss, hunting the invisible signatures of hostile drones and incoming artillery.
The silent kill chain is initiated. The warfighter commands the speed of light, locking the directed energy predator onto the microscopic threat.
Silent kinetic dominance. The laser emitter violently snaps to the threat trajectory, aiming pure, uncompromising photon devastation without a sound.
Absolute thermodynamic annihilation at the speed of light. The 50-kilowatt laser
Armor is rendered useless. The catastrophic light violently forces its way through the drone's architecture, melting it into a falling star of molten slag.
The invisible shield. Incoming artillery is violently intercepted and detonated in mid-air, erased by uncompromising directed energy.
Absorbing the thermal violence. The catastrophic heat of the laser is violently purged, venting boiling steam into the cold abyss.
The ultimate directed energy predator. The laser strikers.
Even the Titans fall. A shattered 8x8 Leviathan, brutally scarred by explosive warfare, is dragged back to the Resurrection Forge. Amputating the dead armor, catastrophic hydraulic jaws violently tear away the scorched defensive shell, stripping the beast to its bones.
A thermal purge. Blinding liquid fire violently slices away the mutated, explosive warped steel under.
The dead heart is extracted. A massive crane violently rips the lifeless, oil-soaked core from the armored chassis.
The absolute purge. High-velocity abrasives violently obliterate like the scars of war.
Forging a stronger shield. A massive double V hull is violently welded to the resurrected sanctuary, engineered to defy. A new heart is transplanted. A 0-mile, hyper-upgraded thermodynamic core is violently locked into the Titan's chest. Renewing the claws. Massive, fresh rubber is violently torqued to the 8x8 drivetrain, restoring absolute tactical mobility.
The final armor. The beast is violently smothered in a chemical-resistant skin, erasing the trauma of its past life.
The infantry's shield is immortal. Rebuilt from the ashes, the 8x8 Leviathan violently returns to the